Hi there, this is Architect David. Welcome to Arkida, where you can learn anything and everything about construction. For this video, I will be introducing to you acoustics, the basics of acoustics. The first element is frequency. Sound always moves at the same speed, more or less, a unit we usually call the speed of sound. This number can vary depending on how high up from the sea level you are, but it's such a small difference that we need not worry. Yet sound moves at a set speed. The number of waves within that movement can differ. For example, a low rumbling sound has only a few waves per second, while a high pitch has many more waves per second. So now frequency can be measured by the number of sound ripples generated in unit time. The number of cycles that the air particles move back and forth in 1 second in a sound wave is called the frequency of the wave. Its unit is cycles per second, which is also termed as Hertz after the Austrian physicist Heinrich Hertz. So the physical quantities of frequency is composed of 8 frequency bands or octaves, which are considered in room acoustics with the following frequencies: 63 Hz, 125 Hz, 250 Hz, 500 Hz, 1 kHz, then 2, then 4, then 8 kHz. While pitch is the frequency of the sound wave perceived by the human ear. A high-pitched sound means that it has a high frequency. The female voice is slightly higher pitched than the male voice. Again, under frequency, we will now talk about the speed. The speed of sound in air has been measured as 344 meters per second or 1,130 feet per second. This corresponds to 1,240 kilometers per hour or 770 miles per hour, which is extremely small as compared to the speed of light, which is 300,000 kilometers per second. So the question is, which is faster? High frequency sound or low frequency sound? The speed of sound in air does not vary with the frequency of sound or its loudness. Sounds at all audible frequencies, regardless of their loudness, travel at the same speed. Now, if we look at wavelength, the wavelength and the frequency of sound are related to each other as shown in the equation below, where c is the speed in meters per time, f is the frequency in cycles per time, and that symbol stands for meters. The second element of acoustics is sound pressure. Sound pressure is one of the most confusing parts of sound. It is measured in decibels, a word you will often see on the packaging of speakers or generators. Decibels are hard to explain because they are relative to whatever you want to measure. So the decibels of an airplane landing and the decibels of a loud rock concert might be the same number, yet they don't mean the same thing. Why? Because sound pressure is relevant to the distance of your ear to where the sound is produced. Just look at this table. The first arrow shows a 9-inch party balloon inflated to rupture at ear level. It would give out a sound pressure of 168 decibels. While the second arrow shows the same size balloon ruptured at 1 meter away from your ear. The decibel reading would come out at 151 decibels. Under sound pressure is intensity. It is defined as the amount of sound power falling on or passing through or crossing a unit area. Since the unit of power is watt, the unit of sound intensity is watt per square meter. The sound intensity, which is just audible, called the threshold of audibility, has been determined to be 10 to the negative 12 power watts per square meter, and the intensity that corresponds to the sensation of pain in the human ear is approximately 10 watts per square meter. So loudness is a measure of the intensity of sound and is expressed in decibels. It is a quantity called the sound intensity level. Next, we come to the third element, which is about reverberation, or reverb for short. Reverb is how much and often sound bounces back. Technically, reverb is measured by the time between cutting off a sound source and the sound itself disappearing. Say you are shouting in a large empty room and your voice echoes back. The reverb time would be the moment you stop shouting to the moment your echoing voice disappears. Why is reverb important? Take a busy office. All the talking voices, ringing phones, clicking keyboards, beeping paper jam printers, those sounds all start bouncing off the walls and other surfaces in the room. They overlap, crowding the air. Soon you have a lot of noise as all the sound waves around crowd itself. There are three parts of reverberation. First one is direct sound, then early reflection, and later reflections. So reverberation time or decay time is the time required for the sound in a room to decay at 60 decibels, also known as RT60. This represents a change in sound intensity or sound pressure level of 1000, which is equivalent to 60 decibels. The last element of acoustics is sound absorption. When the sound is absorbed, it means energy from the sound wave is taken away. This makes the sound weaker, so it travels smaller distances before disappearing. If a room has a lot of reverb, you want to reduce the power of the sound waves bounding around. If sounds are high-pitched, you want to absorb their energy to reduce the number of waves per second. If sounds are very loud, you want to reduce the energy to lower the frequency. Let's take an example. If you spray water from a hose at a wall, it splashes away more or less equally. But if you point it at grass, it scatters more randomly and a lot doesn't splash back at all. The grass is more absorbent of water than the wall. Sound works the same way. The energy of sound is reduced by scattering it. This is why hard, flat surfaces such as walls or ceilings don't do much. The sound simply bounces off with most of its energy still intact. But if a surface is soft, porous, or has a different angles, the waves are weakened because some of the energy gets caught in the surface and the rest is scattered at different angles. Sound absorption is accomplished by using sound scattering objects such as plants, absorbent surfaces like carpets and curtains, and through specially designed panels that manipulate sound in a highly scientific manner. The first picture is a theater or performing arts space. As you can see, it has a different type of ceiling and walls. Studies were conducted to provide the ample sound reaching your ears. This picture, on the other hand, is a home theater design showing another different set of ceiling and wall designs. While this last picture is a type of space wherein there is a speaker in front talking to the audience, and again you will see a different set of design for both the ceiling and walls. So basically, when you design spaces that would take into consideration acoustics, just follow the four elements discussed above for you to come up with a workable space. If you enjoyed this video, just press like, press subscribe to know about the other videos that Arkida has posted. Also, press the notification bell to keep you notified of all the future videos that we will post out. Click the subscribe button to discover all the other videos in this site. Click the notification bell to be notified about new videos that we post. Press the like button to share this video to your friends. If you have additional comments, please post them down below or at our Arkida Facebook page, and I will answer all your queries. Thank you.